So let us start off by identifying the places where we could place our JavaScript code. Now this is our HTML file, and one of the places where we could place our JavaScript code is in the head section inside the head tags. So I'll do that by having a script tag, and in that script tag I can just go ahead and type my JavaScript code. So I'll just type one here that says hello, or let's say hello, I'm learning JavaScript. Now when you save that, you can see let's save, make sure we save. You can see the outcome just in the browser here. So alerts actually creates a pop-up. Okay, so we had this in our head section. Now sometimes this could cause some problems the way we've written it, because it needs, or this page is going to try and load this JavaScript file before it continues to load whatever we have in the body section. I'm going to go ahead and just type something in the body section. I'm going to type the same thing, I'm learning, and just save that. So what this does is going to run the script first before getting to this, our H3. So it's recommended not to run into that problem of your script loading before your HTML file loads. You take this out of the head section and you place it just before the closing tag of the body. So I can have this here. So this is considered a better way, or a better place to put your JavaScript code just before your body, closing body tag. Okay, that way the JavaScript is loaded after all of this might have been loaded. Okay, after every other thing you have might have been loaded. Now, having this directly here, it's fine. That's having a JavaScript code inside the script tag, it's fine. But then another issue is that we might have lots of JavaScript code and it might become messy to read. And just like how you can link your style sheets externally, we can also link JavaScript files externally. And we do that by still using the script tag, but inside the script tag we add a source. So I'm going to head to create a file, javascript.js. So we're going to link to this file. So still having my script tag in here, I'll add an attribute of source, and then I'll make a link, javascript.js. Make sure that I have a closing script tag. Now this links to the external file of JavaScript. Now remember, I still have my script tag, so I don't need to have a script tag in the javascript.js file. Okay, so you don't have to have that script tag anymore. You can just go ahead and write there the command that just say the same alert hello world and save. That should still give us the same thing. Good. So that should give us the same thing. Now I'm just going to make a change to show you that this is working. Input I am learning JavaScript and save. You can see it says I am learning JavaScript. So this is how you link your JavaScript files, or when you're working on a project, it's advised to link your files. So I'll be using this method most of the time in the duration of this course. So apart from just writing your JavaScript code here, you can also write your JavaScript code directly in the browser by typing your JavaScript code in the console of your browser. Now I'm using Chrome. To open up the console of Chrome, I just press the F12 key on Windows. Just zoom back a bit. Now you might be on another tab, so just make sure you go to the console tab. So that shows you your console. So in here, I could also type the same JavaScript that I just used. I can say alerts, and then I would say from console. Okay, use the different, say from console. I have to make sure that if I'm using single quotes, then it should be single quotes. Okay, good. So you can see it runs the same JavaScript command right from the console. So just click on OK. Now I'm going to be using the console sometimes just to quickly test out some things. So just in case you see me writing JavaScript code in the console, still fine. But the advantage of writing your own code like in a code editor is that you can get to save the file and you can get to run your JavaScript code as much as you want, unlike having it in the console where you have to type it all over and all over again just to get something up and running. And of course, when you refresh the page, you lose all those codes. Okay, so there's something I want to show you again. You can also log values into this console here by using a command called console say .log. Now anything I type in here, say this is a message from the code editor. And when I save this, it logs into the console, so you can see that message. This is a message from the code editor. Now nothing happens in the browser itself, but something goes on in the console. So we normally use this method to get information on certain things, especially when we are testing out stuff or we're trying to solve an error. Now apart from console.log, there are other console methods you could use. There is console.error. Oops. Error. Let me say this is an error message from the code editor. Let's save that. You can see we also get that same error message here. There is also console.1 where you can also send a message. This is a warning. Save. You can see that here. So there's several methods or several ways you could send messages to the console, but most times I'll be using console log. So what I want you to do is you research to see the other console methods you could use to send messages to your console. Okay, another thing I didn't mention, let me just save this back, is that you can see in our console it appears in order as the order it was written here. So that's because JavaScript runs from top to bottom. So the first one here is console log, which we have here. Second was the error, which the error came second, and we have the third one. Now this very last one that is here is just an extension I have somewhere that's causing this error. You shouldn't have this, okay? You should just have these 3 lines. So another thing to note is that after every line of JavaScript code or at the end of your statement, you add a semicolon. Okay, this marks the end of your statement. Now, just like putting full stops at the end of your sentence. Now, without the semicolon, your code is still going to work fine. You can try that out. But I've set up my own code in such a way that once I save, all those semicolons are appended to where they need to be. So it's just a good practice to always end your statements of code with a semicolon, just to show that that is the end of that particular statement, and then you move to the next one. Just to make things easy to read, especially when you're working with a team and someone else wants to go through your code. So it makes things easy for them.